very nice. It really is. It's very pretty to be out here in nature.
There's an old line about the weather in Rochester.
Yeah, there is a saying about that.
About how the climates change.
You could be facing one way and getting the sun, and about 10 minutes later it drops about 20 degrees.
And then there's the one, if you don't like the weather...
Yes, that's the one. Yes, wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Scientists say change in the weather has become more frequent and more severe.
And you really wonder where that's all coming from. I mean, in the past few years, it seems like a lot more than ever's been before. And that's disturbing.
Scientists believe they have the answer. In the just published National Climate Assessment, they say global warming continues at a rapid rate.
You can't just change your light bulb out of this problem. This is going to have to happen around the world.
Environmentalist Frank Reagan says the U.S. government needs to play a leading role in climate change.
It's a hard issue because it requires a dramatic change.
The government-commissioned report says the effects of climate change are already being felt. When it rains harder. Snowstorms grow more and more severe. Weather changes are wiping out bees and other insects. Heat waves become more likely.
With climate change, you've got a level. We have got to bring the temperatures down. Whatever you feel good doing and things like that aren't going to make so much difference anymore.
According to a Gallup poll conducted in March, just 1 in 3 Americans believe that climate change poses a serious threat. In that same poll, 60% of respondents said they believe that global warming either is happening now or will happen at some point in their lifetime.
Because climate change, more than anything else, is about planning.
Reagan says environmentalists have faced an uphill struggle against politics, money, and denial.
Climate change denial so last century. We need to get moving on this. And it is, I think, one of the biggest problems. It is one of the most frustrating for environmentalists, because you feel like you've got to come up with talking points about science.
Reagan says there have been positive steps to try and lessen the dependency on fossil fuels, like bike lanes, which have sprung up all over the city. Carbon emissions from industry are down. But that, he says, isn't enough.
We can't come together to do that kind of stuff. All this other stuff we do, creating green businesses, recycling, all that other stuff, it isn't going to matter.
I mean, it's just so scary.
The Obama administration hopes to use the report to drum up support for public policy changes. The outcome, unpredictable, just like the weather.
But I think there is a big concern about that, and I wish we could find out what we really have to do to change a lot of that.
Seth Voorhees, Time Warner Cable News.